In a quiet town nestled near the mountains, where mornings arrived with soft fog and evenings smelled of pine and rain, lived two best friends named Evelyn and Grace. They were young, hopeful artists who believed that colors could speak when words failed, and that art had the power to touch souls. They shared a small attic studio above an old brick building. It was simple and imperfect, but to them, it was everything. Sunlight filtered through a dusty window. Paint cans lined the floor. Half-finished canvases leaned against the walls. On rainy days, the sound of drops tapping the roof felt like music. In that space, they shared laughter, dreams, and a promise to one day inspire the world. But winter came early that year. A cruel illness spread quietly through the town, moving from house to house like a whisper no one could stop. One morning, Grace didn't come to the studio. By nightfall, she was in bed, weak and pale, her breath shallow, her eyes distant. The doctor spoke gently but honestly. Her body was tired. Her spirit was fading. Without hope, they said, recovery would be difficult. Days turned into weeks. Grace barely moved. She spent hours staring out the window at a tall ivy vine climbing the brick wall outside her room. Each day the cold wind stripped another leaf away. Green turned to yellow. Yellow fell to the ground. Grace began to whisper something that chilled Evelyn's heart. When the last leaf falls, she said softly, "I'll go too." Evelyn tried to argue. She tried to smile. She tried to believe enough for both of them. "You'll get better," she said. "Spring will come. This isn't the end." But Grace only smiled weakly. The leaves know when it's time to let go. Every night, Evelyn stayed by her side, holding her hand. Listening to the wind howled outside, silently begging the last leaf to stay. She prayed not for miracles, but for time. One stormy night, the wind roared louder than ever before. Rain struck the windows like stones. Evelyn looked outside and saw the vine nearly bare. Only one leaf remained, trembling in the darkness. Fear tightened her chest. She put on her coat. She gathered her brushes and paints. And while the town slept, Evelyn climbed out into the freezing storm. Her hands shook from cold and fear as she faced the brick wall. Stroke by stroke, she painted a leaf, green, alive, strong. She painted hope where despair had lived. By morning, the storm was gone. Grace opened her eyes and looked toward the window. The wall was wet, the air was cold, but the leaf was still there. "It didn't fall," she whispered. Day after day, the leaf remained. Something shifted inside Grace. A quiet strength returned. If the leaf could stay, maybe she could too. Slowly, she began to heal. Weeks later, laughter returned to the attic studio. Paintbrushes danced again. Color filled the room. Grace smiled more. She lived. When she finally stepped outside in spring, she saw the truth. The leaf was a painting, and Evelyn was gone. Grace cried beneath the painted leaf, understanding at last the price of hope. Years passed. Grace became a celebrated artist. In every painting, she signed a small green leaf. When people asked why, she smiled and said, "Because once, when I couldn't believe anymore, someone painted hope for me. Remember this. When everything feels lost, hold on to your last leaf. Because sometimes hope doesn't fall. It's painted by love." Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more inspiring English stories only on English Life Tales. Reflect, learn, grow. Thanks for watching.